They got a veteran coach though. They have some experience from the top. But they put themselves in a position, you mentioning now they get to go home. They put themselves in a bad spot simply because they need both games at home. If you split those first couple of games, you give yourself something to work with, and especially if you take game one. Then game two becomes a must-win for the Celtics, but that it didn't happen like that. Celtics win both games at home. Now the Pacers have to go home and cover home court just to get back in the series. If you beat the home team in game one, game two was always the most important game of the series. And then, of course, as the series goes on, each game has more importance. But if you take that first game on the road, game two is not necessarily a must-win for the home team, but it becomes a game of high importance. And we see that happen quite a bit. We saw it with the Timberwolves and Nuggets, and Timberwolves were able to win the first couple of games, but then the Nuggets, they go win the next two on the Timberwolves home court. So series, they take their turns, but this one, the only way it's going to take a turn is if the Pacers win the next two games. Here's Jaylen Brown postgame.
Jaylen, you had the big three-pointer in game one, 40 points tonight. Just what's feeling good with your game right now in this series?
It's whatever it takes. It's the playoffs, man. Whatever it takes to get a W on defense, on offense, that's what I'm going to do.
When Jason is having a quiet scoring night like he was early, how does that affect your mindset?
It don't affect me at all. I just come out and play aggressive, make sure I take advantage of every read and try to get my teammates going, but be aggressive every time I got it.
You were talking to me earlier about intensity. What was different about the team's intensity level tonight that they just were not able to match this time?
I think we adjusted a little bit better game two, and I still think we can play a little bit better, so we're looking forward to doing that in game three.
Headed to Indy up 2-0. You've talked about staying even-keeled throughout the playoffs despite the ups and the downs. How do you do that going into games 3 and 4 and keep it rolling there?
Just managing your emotions. That's it. That's what it's all about. We got to weather every storm, handle our adversity as best we can, and then come out and play Celtic basketball.
Thank you, Jaylen. Good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, it's great, especially around this time of the year, taking advantage of home court. That's what we worked all season for during the regular season, being the number one seed. So being able to take care of business here at home, now let's go still win on the road or two.
Was there any motivation for you after hearing that you didn't make an All-NBA team?
No, I wouldn't say that.
What would you say?
I mean, we 2 games from the finals, so, honestly, I don't got the time to give a
Jaylen Brown being asked about motivation for this series and the way he's been playing in the playoffs, because he's played really well. Now, the All-NBA teams came out yesterday. LeBron and Steph, we discussed that. They're on third team. So that shows you how the talent has risen in the NBA, how the youth movement has come through, that guys like that are on third team. And but with Jaylen Brown, these are regular season awards, and we realize that. And then you have players that step up in playoff time, and they play a little bit different. So people on the outside are always focused on what's happening now to say that, well, maybe this player didn't deserve this certain award. It's a regular season award. It has nothing to do with what is going on now with the postseason. Is it being pushed, or is it happening organically where these guys are really playing good? Because Anthony Edwards, for example, he's somebody that's playing really good, but at the same time, you can see that there is a bit of a push, maybe from the basketball insiders that say he's going to become the face of the NBA. uh, yeah, well, those guys, Steph and LeBron, I think play better overall, and LeBron really, to be as deep as he is in his career, to put everything on his shoulders, and at times he had help, other times he didn't have help. He shouldn't have to play like that this late in his career. Yeah, you always have to give it up to him. Shay. Yeah, he should have been. There was a push for him to be MVP, but Jokic wins it again. Here's Celtics teammate Derek White on Jaylen Brown and him getting snubbed.
Derek, congratulations. I know you guys felt like there was a lot of improvement that could be made after game one. What did you like best about this one?
Yeah, just kind of compete a little more, keep the guys in front. I mean, we want to be a defensive team and start with individual defense. So that was a big improvement, and gonna need to be better going forward.
Jaylen Brown, huge once again tonight. I think he was playing with a little extra motivation after the All-NBA snub.
He's unreal. 100% got snubbed. He's been big time for us all.
was sitting here watching this and being pissed, and I wanted to be part of this. So it's a blessing, and no matter how tired you are, like this is the stage you want to be in. There's no excuse for that or like whatever. Like we're here and try to win, and we're blessed to be playing at this time of the year.
If you want to get into the show today, you can call 501-661-1037. D3 Auto Sales text line, same number, 501-661-1037. True Service Credit Union live fan feedback. A major ruling comes from the NCAA. NCAA is allowing power conferences to pay their athletes.
Another step.
They're going to pay $2.7 billion in damages over 10 years, and that's going to go back a few years, so it's going to pay some of the athletes that have already gone through their college career. Yes. 2016. Oh, Johnny got paid regardless. Yeah. He got a nice chunk on the side. On the side. Did you ever watch the Manziel documentary? You wanted more. I think he didn't want to give it all away. He gave a lot away, but he didn't want to give it all away. And then he wanted to cap it off at a certain point where it was like, this is where his life is now, and he kind of wanted to put the rest of that stuff behind him. Yeah, because it showed him at the end hanging out, grilling at the house, having a few friends that he still keeps in contact with, having them over, and it just seemed like he's comfortable with where his life is now. Now it could have been a lot different, and he could have cashed in a lot more, thinking about what his career could have been like. But it just seems like he's to a point where he just wants to move forward. Lamar, yeah. Oh, that's exactly what's happening. Revenue sharing. That's how they're able to come up with this money. And it is, in terms of what's out there, it's supposed to benefit all college athletes. It's not just about football, basketball. It's supposed to benefit all college athletes. Yes. Well, this is where some people should be able to separate NIL and what they're going to come up with as far as contracts, because now it truly is coming from the schools. It's not outside entities with NIL, which there's even debate about that. Is this going to be the end of NIL, or is NIL going to go away? It shouldn't, because those are endorsement deals, and these are direct payments from the schools. And so it should be separated, and it should give everybody the true sight of NIL, its endorsements. Because right now, there are a lot of people that are confused and saying, well, these athletes shouldn't be getting paid, or it should be a cap on this. It shouldn't be a cap on it, because look at pro athletes, what they're able to get off the field, off the court, has nothing to do with what their contract is and what the salary is there.
Playing that game, well, I give you this, 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 and this, and we'll, tell a couple lies to this guy, try to keep him around. You ain't got to do that no more. Just let the NIL, the people outside the program, the boosters or whatever who want to do that, let them contact the people. We'll pay you this, and this. But the school, what I'm concerned with, what I'm responsible for, flat rate for everybody. This is what you're getting.
Speaker Autofill text line, NCAA ruling, the rich get richer, as in the Power 5, the model always favors upper crust. We're going to come back and discuss more about this NCAA ruling, and
yes.
Out of bounds question of the day actually is, are you in favor of NCAA ruling to pay college athletes? Yes or no? Simple. Yes is 44%, no is 56%.
I no matter what, somebody's gonna be unhappy, man.
Always. That's how it always is.
Especially the old crowd.
Come back and discuss more here on Out of Bounds. Stay tuned.
Hey, I got another. This is another damn word.
Out of Bounds to hear from team captain Kendall Biggs. Omaha is the goal, and we're looking for a great season. Kendall Biggs is brought to you by Stephen Elmore with Shelter Insurance. For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter agent Stephen Elmore or give him a call at 501-537-0959.
This is Pat Bradley. Tune in every Tuesday when I join In the Zone. Brought to you by River City Flooring. Visit RiverCityFlooringInc.com, RiverCityFlooringInc.com. This is Sports Center.
Arkansas baseball was eliminated from the SEC baseball tournament yesterday after losing to Kentucky 9-6. Hagen Smith pitched just 2 innings in the game and was handed his first loss of the year. He did have 4 strikeouts in the game, which puts him at 154 strikeouts on the year, just one behind the Arkansas all-time single-season strikeout record, which was set by David Walling in 1999. The Razorbacks were 4-19 with runners in scoring position over the 2 games. This is the second time in 3 years that Arkansas has went 0-2 in the SEC tournament. They now await their season.
Revealed on dollars per year with its athletes. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
This is Pat Bradley for Brewski's Thursday night karaoke at Brewski's downtown. So whether you're the next singing sensation or you just want to have some fun and laugh, come on down to Brewski's. The stage is set for you and our great drink specials all night long. $4 22-ounce domestic drafts and $3 Plinko shots. That's every Thursday. The fun starts at 9 p.m. That's Brewski's downtown. So come hang out with us. Bring your friends. Meet some new ones. Every Thursday night, it is karaoke downtown Brewski's. You're home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
Progressive presents good news, bad news, dumb news, then great news. Good news. A letter in your mailbox says you could save money bundling your home and auto insurance with Progressive. Bad news.
That's BABBEL.com.
Every so often in medicine, something comes along that is truly revolutionary. Dr. Mitchell Shinecup, former orthopedic surgeon, now National Medical Director at QC Kinetics. I believe this is one of those things. Dr. Shinecup is talking about regenerative medicine, something he's practiced, researched, and written about for nearly 2 decades. The old ways of dealing with joint pain, such as steroids and surgery, are no longer the best ways. If you have pain from arthritis or injury, you owe it to yourself to learn more about this exciting option, using your own body's natural power to get lasting relief. And there's no better place to learn than QC Kinetics. There is no one in this country today with more clinics, more satisfied patients, more advanced protocols, or more experience in using this exciting option to deliver life-changing results. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
We love our backyard. This year we added an all-brick outdoor kitchen. We couldn't wait to show it off. But what happened? Mosquitoes. Basically, we did all this work for them. Instead of entertaining and providing food for our guests, we became the food. We wasted all that time and money on a yard we couldn't even enjoy. Then we called Mosquito Joe. After just the first treatment, Mosquito Joe gave us our yard back. Now we're the favorite neighborhood hangout. Visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com. With Mosquito Joe, outside is fun again.
Get only the best customer service and the best selection of meats at Hogg's Meat Market, where they have sliced boar head deli meats and cheeses. Hogg's Meat Market, the steak people.
of it, and there have been steps taken over the years to get them some benefit, and now it seems like they're finally getting to the point of this is where they should be, and maybe it goes up even more from here, and it continues to change. That's kind of where we are. So, yeah, for people to say that it's different, it's supposed to be different, because if you don't change, if you don't continue to change, eventually there's going to be lost interest in all of this altogether. Let's go to the phones and talk to John. What's up, John?
You know, fellas, I got a question. A couple of them, actually. If these universities is going to have to pay all these college athletes, all the way from the track team, the softball, everybody, then a portion of their scholarship, their own scholarship, should have to be taken away, because it's no different. Like if a walk-on comes on, he's got to pay for his schooling. They're still going to school every day. They're going to have a GPA average, unless the NCAA finally comes out and says, hey, look, you just show up and play. But I feel like they should at least knock their scholarships down to where it like compensate the whatever the money it is they're bringing in.
Okay.
From the NIL stuff.
We appreciate it, John. That brings up another interesting point with walk-ons. They're athletes, so should they be given a portion of this also, or does it tie into the fact that it's only about the scholarship athletes? But if you just paint it generally and say college athletes are getting paid or have the ability to get paid, walk-ons are athletes. And like for NIL deals, which we are trying to separate that and, let that be known that this is something that's totally separate. But walk-ons, they can get NIL deals. You don't necessarily see it happening where specifically, it's to one particular athlete or a couple of them in particular. But we see with these team NIL deals, walk-ons are involved in that. Let's well, some of that is based on a popularity with certain athletes, and to your point there, though, if you can play, some of that can be overlooked. Where if this is somebody who doesn't speak a lot or doesn't speak a certain way or just like have a lot to say, it can be overlooked because of the talent. Like, look at somebody like Kawhi Leonard, for example, and we're talking on the pro level. But Kawhi has endorsement deals. He doesn't say a lot in the spots. He doesn't have to. His game speaks for, he doesn't have to speak. His game speaks for it. But you have to see what's there, especially moving into a new arena and filling that arena. They're gonna try it out first. They're not just gonna cut it. But like you said, in the next couple of seasons, if it's not working or it doesn't get to a certain level, then of course, yeah, you look to get better and get over the hump at some point. But here was the whole deal about Kawhi though, because like New Balance, there are only a number of athletes that wear New Balance shoes, and he's one of the faces of New Balance. So with him, it goes back to, once again, he doesn't have is it him, multiple athletes in those New Balance spots. They're not speaking until maybe the end of it, where they say one line about New Balance, and that's it. So that's that on Kawhi and people that are like that as far as the introvert. But then, you're speaking specifically about, let's go to the top also with, let's say Caleb Williams, who was the number 1 overall draft pick. You think that Wendy's and Dr. Pepper, not that they need any more push outside of the marketing that they do on a daily basis, but you think they aren't seeing some kind of benefit with having Caleb Williams as part of their marketing? Well, the difference there is that Razorback logo carries a lot of weight. So if you're on the team, they can find something for you to endorse. We'll come back with more of Out of Bounds after this break. Stay tuned.
Let me tell you about my friends Carl and Karen. This place is sus. Let's go to Tunica. And so they did. And immediately, they became winners.
Hey, baby, what you doing?
Winning. Hey, baby, what you doing?
Winning.
And not just gaining either. They did spa. Winning. Dancing. Or at the sports book. Winning. Or enjoying a world-renowned meal. Winning. No matter what you're doing in Tunica, you're always a winner.
Learn more at tunicatravel.com. Tune in each week on Morning Mayhem as Bo Mattingly joins the guys and gives his behind-the-scenes look that he gets from his relationship with the University of Arkansas, thanks to UAMS Health, the official orthopedics and sports medicine provider for Razorback Athletics.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket.
Paid for by Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of Bluebell and good
good old days are being made right now.
Grab a frosty mug and try the newest flavor from Bluebell, A&W Root Beer Float Ice Cream. A creamy vanilla-flavored ice cream swirled together with an A&W Root Beer flavored sherbet. A new way to enjoy your favorite root beer float.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell ice cream at all Super One food stores and all Edwards Cash Saver grocery stores.
Hi, it's Frank Fletcher from the Fletcher Dodge store here in Sherwood. Folks, if you're shopping for a new car or truck, I hope you'll come see us and give us a chance to earn your business. We have huge discounts, 0% financing available, and we'll give you $1,000 over Kelly Blue Book value for your trade-in. Folks, I guarantee you a hassle-free buying experience. And if you've had credit problems in the past, listen to this. We have an easy pre-approval process. Just go to FletcherCredit.com to get started. You can be pre-approved in minutes. It's really not hard. FletcherCredit.com. Folks, we're also still buying cars every day. If you got an old car or truck you want to turn into cash, bring it to Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood and ask for Chris or Andy. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Shop in person or shop online at FletcherDeals.com. Thank you.
When you get on a bike, you got to watch out for gravel, potholes, and knucklehead drivers.
But after a crash, here's what you got to watch out for. Insurance adjusters. They can be tough on injured bikers.
They might try to pin the blame on you or pay you less than you deserve.
So if you've been injured, here's what you should do.
Call the lawyers who look out for bikers. That's Rainwater, Holt, and Sexton. Motorcycle crash? Call Rainwater, Holt, and Sexton. Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888. Non-lawyer spokesperson.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Southern Bank presents Family Feud on 103.7 The Buzz. Tune in to Morning Mayhem on Tuesday mornings for your chance to play with Justin Moore, David, and Roger. Family Feud on Morning Mayhem brought to you by Southern Bank. Bankwithsouthern.com.
Check out Hogs Meat Market's monthly specials and meat packages at hogsmeatmarket.com. Hogs Meat Market, the steak people.
Here come old flat top, he come grooving slowly. He got choo-choo eyeball, he want holy roller. He got hair down to his knee. Got to be a joker, he just do what you please. Yeah. He wear no shoe shine, he got toe jam football, he got monkey finger, he shoot Coca-Cola, he said, I know you, you know me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Roe Baker. Let's go to True Service Credit Union Life and Feedback. Leonard Sherwood says, is there a limit on how many walk-ons a sport can have? There's not necessarily a limit, but they're not going to have probably more than 3 on a basketball roster. It's not a limit, but they're not going to have like 10 on a basketball roster. It's not going to be like that. So he goes on to say, how do you decide who can walk on and who can't? If walk-ons have to be paid because they are an athlete also, you're going to have a lot of walk-ons just to get the money. Well, no. To be a walk-on, you have to make the team. There are those positions are you have to try out for them, and then a coach will say that they feel like certain athletes can add something to a team, whether that's going through practice and being a scout team player, or whether they see that at some point they feel like that athlete could earn a scholarship. They just don't have one right now. But to just say that they're going to be an unlimited number of walk-ons, no, the coaches aren't going to just bring players in just to bring them in. Now, with a football roster, you may have about 15 walk-ons or so, 15 to 20, 85 scholarships, and then you may have a roster of about, 100, 105 or so. But the thing is, those athletes are only going to be present for the most part at home games. You go on the road, they're not even taking all the scholarship athletes on the road. Because it costs money to travel. And so now you want to cut your expenses as far as how many players are traveling. Oh, we see.
The draft spot, a higher draft spot, but we see it in different ways where they may have gone as a walk-on, like J.J. Watt, for example. He was a walk-on, but then getting to the pro level, he was a high draft pick. But we see it another way.
Ten walk-ons. Boy, if you got a 17 players.
At the best prices of the year, guaranteed. Don't miss the one and only May sale at Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
Kevin Kelly joins the zone each Wednesday, presented by the Wooded Rock Athletic Club. Month of May only, save 40% off joining fees at the Wooded Rock Athletic Club or Racket Club.
Okay, Arkansas, you asked, we answered. The Natural State Jackpot now draws 7 days a week. Woohoo! That means bigger, faster growing jackpots and more winning. Best of all, a ticket is still just $1. Match 2 numbers or more and you're a winner. Match all 5 and you're a jackpot winner. Feeling lucky? Play the Natural State Jackpot today in stores or online. Good luck, Arkansas. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
1037thebuzz.com. Get your iPhone or Droid app today and take us with you everywhere the wind blows. KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
The ATF director answered over 3 hours of questions from U.S. lawmakers following a raid that ended with the death of Little Rock Airport executive Brian Malinowski. ATF had gone to search the house the week before, but Malinowski's family says it got called off when they found out he was not home. Lawmakers asked the director why Malinowski needed to be there when there wasn't a warrant out for his arrest. He said it wasn't fair to ask that in the midst of an investigation by the Pulaski County prosecutor. Lawmakers also asked questions about tactics, policies, and body cameras. He says it's been 3 years since body cameras were mandated, but only a third of ATF agents have them. The second annual Mimosa Festival is set for Sunday. It'll be at the River Market Pavilions. There will be unlimited mimosas along with live music and food trucks. Tickets cost $50 at the door. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
The Diamond Hogs have their sights set on Omaha. Hear every game along the way on 103.7 The Buzz. Brought to you by Sissy's Log Cabin, Edwards Food Giant, and Oaklawn Sports Hot Springs.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
A round of rain and thunderstorms this morning, another round of rain and thunderstorms this afternoon. In between those two rounds of thunderstorms, we'll probably top out around 88 here in Little Rock. It's a 60% chance of rain for the entirety of the day, a 70% chance of rain and thunderstorms tonight. Still, an isolated severe storm will be possible. Will fall out to 70 degrees overnight. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Riverfront Steakhouse Special, dinner for two for $60. 10-ounce filet, fried shrimp, 2 sides, and our famous salad bar. Only $60. Good Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night.
Edwards Food Giant presents Razorback Baseball color analyst and Drive Time Sports co-host Rick Schaefer every Tuesday morning on Morning Mayhem. Rick will share his special take on Razorback sports with the guys each week. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people, the only stop you'll ever have to make for your family's groceries.
Make this summer one to remember by stopping by Arch Marine in North Little Rock. Arch is all about creating fun on our lakes and rivers. You have to come by and see the new 2024 G3 Tri-Tunes, the hottest and coolest ride out there. We're easy to find. Take the Levy exit.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
This is Pat Bradley for Brewskis. In Arkansas, if you're looking for the ultimate spot to kick back, enjoy great food, and catch all the action, look no further than Brewskis, with 2 locations, downtown Little Rock and North Little Rock. Opens 11 a.m., you can grab lunch, midday escape, or an evening out. And the best happy hour specials in town, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and extended on Friday. Every night we got something to do for entertainment. Trivia, karaoke, poker nights, and our resident DJ, J.J. Wilson, spinning every weekend. Brewskis, you home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
So the Monticello Chamber of Commerce calls me and says, hey, we'd like to have Craig O'Neill come down and speak at our annual Academic Excellence Luncheon for Drew County high schoolers. So I'm driving down there in my Genesis GV70, and an hour into the trip, I get a back massage from the car. Just when I thought the Genesis couldn't get any more incredible. And at Genesis of Conway, they can get you into a GV70 EV for as low as $499 a month. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury is now.
Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center in Benton proudly offers compassionate and loving care to our veterans, meeting the unique needs of every veteran who calls Heartland home. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Harry Douglas.
Dak, in my opinion, is sitting in a prime position. When you don't have a trade clause, when you can't be franchise tagged again, so shout out to his agent Todd France for being able to get that for his client, because you just don't see that often, right? But also what Dak Prescott understands in the way the market is working for the quarterback right now, he's going to get his money whether it's in Dallas or it's somewhere else. Now, Dak Prescott signed a contract with the Dallas Cowboys. That would tell me, hey, you know what? He wants to be in Dallas, and he understands everything that comes with it. If he doesn't sign back in Dallas, what he is also telling me is that, you know what? I can go somewhere else and still get paid a lot of money and be appreciated a lot better. So it's a lot of things and a lot of teams out there that would love the services of Dak Prescott if he's not with the Dallas Cowboys after this season.
Lowe's knows every project starts with the right tools and equipment. And during Craftsman Days, you can save big on what you need from a brand you trust. Get a free Select V20 tool when you buy a Select Battery 2-pack. Plus, save $50 on a V20 string trimmer and leaf blower combo kit. Now only $99. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 5/29 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Live from the Signal Media Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
Quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes funk. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. Sit down. 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 Who that thinking that he frontin' on that man? Get the off my stage. I'm the same man. Get the off my that ain't right. I make a play blowing up your whole life. I'm so sick and tired of the Photoshop. Show me something natural like Afro with your pride. Show me something natural. I wanna feel some stretch marks. Still it take you down right on your mama couch in polo sock. Hey, this is way too crazy. Hey, you do not amaze me. Hey, I blew cool from ACA. Obama just page me. Hey, I don't fabricate it. Hey, most of y'all be faking. Hey, I stay modest about it. Hey, she elaborated. Hey, this that great poop on that AV on that TED talk. Hey, watch my soul speak. You let the meds talk. Hey, if I kill it, it won't be the alcohol. Hey, I'm the realest, after all. Tell them be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Ro Baker, now joined by Steve Sullivan.
You guys needed an old guy in here.
Yeah, because Wes is gone. Wes is enjoying more time off. So you're doing that these days already? Ro, you're not even 40 yet. Yeah, but still. Yeah, that'll do it to you for sure. Sully, how you feeling about this NCAA ruling? We have our Out of Bounds question of the day, and it's, are you in favor? Yes is at 46.2%, no 53.8%.
Does it make a difference if I'm in favor? The reality is, does anyone care how much we're paying these players?
There's some people that do care for some reason.
And here's something that I'm worried about is I want to see some ceiling on this. You know, I want to see, you know, everybody somewhat on an even playing field. You know, I don't want to see, you know, like I'm watching right now. How do you think Grand Canyon got so good in basketball? Jerry Colangelo.
Yeah.
I mean, how does Grand Canyon just get all the? You look at them on TV, and say, "Whoa, where'd they get those athletes? Money."
Absolutely.
You know, and I hate to think that you can buy a program and make it good. You know, and if you talk to Sam Pittman and he's honest with you, with just about every recruit, and it makes him sad in a way. They don't decide in Arkansas mainly because of him. It's because of, you know, the financial package he offered for that university. And that makes you sad a little. And I'm more upset about the transfer rules. That you have a new team each year. It's fun in a way where you get these new players, but I'd like to have a player. I hate to see the good players leave my program. I like our baseball program. No one leaves. But
only the guys that aren't playing.
Yeah, and it's so hard to retain players now. And A-State, 8 players coming back in basketball, which is amazing, and they've done a great job. But I just want to see, and I think I want to see somewhat of an even playing field, and I'd love to see some parameters put on this and some transparency. You can spend this much money. And I know people don't believe in a ceiling of how much you can make, but we're going to get to a point where each year that bar is going to be raised, and how many schools are going to be able to reach that.
I think with this latest ruling, though, it becomes where people are more understanding of a separation of NIL and what the schools and universities are allowed to pay. And from that, it will be somewhat of a salary cap or contracts, and that's where this money on this latest ruling comes from.
You think Power 5, it'd be interesting to see what the budget is as advised by the NCAA. Where would you like us to land on money? Like they're talking right now, what, $20 million?
Mm-hmm.
And I would imagine that's far more than some schools are paying right now, just on what I know. Yeah, that's right. The big winners now are going to be the non-revenue producing sports. And I love this for baseball because I thought baseball was getting screwed. Half your team or 3/4 of your team wasn't on full scholarship. The one sport, because of, the way the rules exist, that got ripped off. And now at least with the NIL, these guys are on scholarship, full scholarship. And, it's just I think those are the ones that are going to benefit the most, though, by this ruling are the non-revenue producing sports.
Yeah, and they have benefited from NIL more so. We think about football first and foremost, and then basketball, but we've seen gymnastics, baseball, softball. They have track even have benefited from NIL deals.
You think a track athlete, you're getting 30% or 35% of your, like baseball, your scholarship paid. Then they come and tell you, we're going to pay your entire scholarship. I mean, that's a huge deal for some of those track guys, especially those guys coming from, out of the country that we're getting. They get a full scholarship. That wasn't happening in track 2 years ago. It's happening now. And Arkansas is one of the schools that actually, spreads out the money, and props to the people that are giving money to track in baseball that's allowing Arkansas to spend some, of its NIL money there. Okay. Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. You probably will get that. Yeah. And there's going to be right now. The reality is there's different budgets for different sports. Football's here, then basketball, then baseball. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But now they become employees.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no transparency with us, but on that campus that everyone knows what everybody's making.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
with those numbers that you threw out, though, Ro, 20 mil divided by 500, that's 40,000 per athlete. I think they can live with that.
Yeah.
That would be fine. It wouldn't be a deal where it's like the star quarterback or the pitcher that is
well, you don't
lights
think he's
out.
Still going to get $1 million
In NIL, yes, absolutely.
Yes,
he's going to get more. So, but that's where the separation comes in.
Yeah.
These are endorsement deals.
Yeah.
This is what the school is paying.
I just wonder, we're going to get to a point where how many schools are going to be able to play that game? We're going to get to like baseball. Baseball does the luxury tax. They don't have a true salary cap like the NFL. The NFL has parity as far as money. You got baseball. Look at the Dodgers roster. That you could create that in college now if you have just a mega stash of money and you have some. I don't even know if you have to have some history of success.
Right.
If you're just paying the dollars. That Grand Canyon is the greatest example. I never heard of Grand Canyon. I mean, then I watch from the NCAA and I look at their lineup. I say, whoa! I mean, how do they get all these guys? They were playing Alabama. You know. Yeah. Well, they had Dan Marley first, but they don't get Dan Marley and they don't get Drew if they don't have Jerry Colangelo.
And have his money, right, back in the program.
Yeah. Yeah, he's tied at the hip to that program.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a yeah.
Especially the conference that they're in. They're set up to win that conference every year.
Yeah.
And now you're going to get in the NCAA tournament. Once you get there, anything can happen.
Yeah, I like the NFL model over the baseball model. You know, I don't want to see a league that's designed or a league that's designed that the teams with the most money have the best chance to get to the championship each year, and that's what baseball is.
And they're going to pay that luxury tax. They don't mind paying it.
No. The ones that want to win.
Yeah.
You know, you got the teams like Boston that now, you know, you look at their starting lineup. I don't know who they're paying. Devers, that's it. That guy's worried about soccer. He doesn't care about baseball anymore.
That's a bit of a different approach for the Red Sox, though, specifically.
Yeah, it is.
Because usually they were at the top.
Yes. And anytime you say Mookie Betts leave, great representative for the city, great player, face of your franchise, and you just let him walk. Yeah. You know what was a farce from day one of this whole thing?
What's that?
The term name, image, and likeness. I mean, think about it. How fast did it go from name, image, and likeness in its core is Peyton Stovall coming on the buzz and getting $150 or $200. I don't know what you pay him, but whatever. But he's using his celebrity, you know, to get a deal with you guys.
Right.
You know, how fast that accelerate to we're going to buy a player. I mean, if I'm coming to university, I'm getting blood money. I'm getting $20,000. Then it got to $50,000. Then it got to $1 million without, you know, any selling. They are selling their name, not their talents, but the name, image, and likeness part of it really doesn't represent what it's all about.
Well, the thing is, Sully, we all realize that those things have always been there, but they've been under the table behind closed doors.
The collectives.
And now this is a way to put it out in the open.
Yeah.
And that's all this is for, you know, it to be out in the open that players are actually benefiting from some way from the boosters.
And it was years ago, I remember the movie Blue Chips, and you laugh at it, where they give, you know, Larry Bird's out there, and he gets a tractor for his family, and Shaq gets whatever he got. And, you know, you're wanting to keep the boosters away. Now you're giving boosters a standing ovation.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a it's a different age. And I'm not saying it's bad. You know, hey, it's in the way I deal with it, the reality is, when you're watching this Razorback baseball team, I don't think anyone cares right now who's making what. It's what they're hitting. You know, we're not hitting well. And that's a problem. It's not that so-and-so's getting paid so much. I mean, I think it gets to a point when you're watching the game, and that's why it's not going to change a lot for me, that I don't think about. And and that's probably smart of them, that they have no transparency. Because think of the hell it would be if you're making $5 million and you are crapping the bed on Saturday, and the hate you get on social media.
Oh yeah, it already happens, and those numbers aren't even aren't even out there.
Yeah, and you'd see with KJ Jefferson, if he'd have a bad game, people would post what he was wearing in the walk-up, which had nothing to do with how he played in the game. You know,
it's because people are always looking for a reason why something didn't work.
Yeah,
and they're always gonna find a reason and try to connect certain things to say it didn't work because of this.
I'd love to see transparency but I think it would be bad. I want to know how much they're paying each player, but I think it'd be a really bad thing. And I think I asked Coach Pittman one time about the problems in the locker room, you'd have with, guys making money and not guys making money. And, he pretty much said, if that's going to exist, especially if you're losing. If you're winning, everything's okay. But when you're losing, that's when it's that guy's getting paid and I'm not getting paid.
Is it because of the newness of it? Because with pro sports, we know exactly what players are making at all times. We can easily look it up.
Yeah.
So is it because of the newness?
Yeah.
I mean, that has always existed where we knew exactly what someone was making.
I think college is different, though, because it's new. And, you're right. With the NFL, we never point to how much the dude's making. Never. But in college, the first time someone screwed up and was making, some obscene amount of money, the new quarterback or whatever, Jalen Green, I mean, how much they'd be all over his salary and how much we paid him. But that is, I think you hit something there. It's the newness that we're not used to these guys making money. Yeah.
Or women.
Yeah.
And they're only getting younger too because it's filtering down to high school and lower levels.
Hey, we won't see if this was good for the kids or good for the sport until 10 years from now. And how are these kids doing? And you got easy money in college. You'll never make money like that again as far as that easy come to you in life again.
Absolutely.
Unless you go to the NFL. Yeah. 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 Hey, it's part of society though. If you watch an NBA game, they're flashing up the line in the third quarter.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, betting is so entrenched now in all the major sports. I mean, the relationships DraftKings and FanDuel have with all the leagues. And I was just blown away when I was at home in Boston. It was like the third quarter, and the reporter came on and said, hey, Celtics are now a 6.5 point favorite, and the over and under is 218 or something.
This was in-game.
In-game.
Wow.
It was a reporter popping up and giving the little sponsored thing of the and I just don't know long-term if that's great.
See, that goes back to money, too, though, where, because it was sponsored, that's why they do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, okay, so you see some of these new leagues like UFL, for example.
Yeah.
You see that happening during the game. Like a player may score a touchdown. As soon as they get to the sideline, a reporter is there asking them, what did you see on this play? How did you go about, running a certain route to make sure you were going to be able to score there? And they do it not only for the access and to get attention to those sports, but eventually they're thinking maybe it'll catch on with some of the major sports that have been around forever. You see that they do it in settings like all-star games, but in the back of their minds, they're thinking about equating that to actual games and making it happen at some point.
Hey, there was one time when the Razorback Coaches Show got real ratings, and it was Houston Nutt. We know what he did? He allowed Channel 7 cameras in before the game, in halftime, and at the end of the game, regardless of the score, the time, they won or lost. And it was compelling to watch, all the assistant coaches and everything. And they got to the point where they didn't notice the cameras. But people are seeking stuff they can't see, and that's the whole thing with coverage, learning more about these players than and that's all they're trying to do with Hogs Plus. The trouble with these university sponsored deals is they can only go so far. When you go to the Netflix, you ever watch the Netflix golfers thing? Man, they're on that guy after he gets off the green after he screwed up in the Masters. I mean, people want to see that stuff, and real sells.
See, I like that, though, Sully, simply because you want to keep a balance. You don't want to celebrate somebody so much when they win, and then when they lose, and from the athlete standpoint, they want to talk so much when they win and give more access, but then when they lose, they don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
Keep that balance where, like you said with Houston Nutt, he allowed the cameras to be in there whether they were winning, losing,
well, sometimes
whatever
these
was
coaches
happening.
don't realize that people enjoy the struggle.
Oh, they really do. That's when they want to talk the most about it.
In overcoming and working through those things. And it's interesting the way we're going with access and in different areas. And universities are trying more to control the message now. They have their own Hogs Plus, and it makes it tougher for local TV to get access. I mean, we're doing a Razorback special, an hour on Wednesday, and we have to do enterprising outside the box. Like I'm talking to 4 dads of players. We hooked up with a guy from Hawaii that got
Vahiva
Aloy and Nolan Souza. Had Jack go down to Houghton, Louisiana to do a piece on Peyton Stovall, who was a great high school quarterback. I learned that with Jack's piece. I did not know that.
His brother plays football now,
went to
still
the
at the high school.
Dak played there.
Yeah.
And Stovall apparently had great quarterback numbers. He didn't play his senior year, but he's still 4th on the career list for passing. But people want to. But that's the stuff we have to create outside.
Is it because the university is putting limits on it, or
it's just tougher because they got more people, trying to reach them. And Hogs Plus is number 1 because that's their university. But it's tougher for us to try to manufacture content that is interesting about those kids without talking to them, and we do have Will McIntyre on and compelling with Matt Hobbs, the pitching coach, because he is so emotional and so tied to the product that he's really good. I mean, it's and he knows. I asked him about the only thing you haven't done is won a championship, and he said, if I was a fan, I'd be calling for that too. He said, because we've done everything else. He said, you have a right to want us to win a championship and demand a championship. But that's the thing we're dealing with right now. And you bought your way in at the Buzz. Think about that. You didn't get like Peyton Stovall for free.
Right.
And
so that's what I was wondering. So is it a situation where you guys have to give some NIL to have access to those players?
It may eventually get there. They are very good about dealing with us as far as giving us some access to. And some of the coaches, Sam Pittman's great, and they're so busy right now, it's hard. And it's hard for us to get the sit down. Thanks to COVID, Zoom is now acceptable, and it gives you a chance to reach out to the guy from Hawaii, where we wouldn't be able to do that normally. Or get 4 dads from all different parts of the country in a room together, a Zoom room, to talk about their sons. And but we're carving together what we think is an interesting special Wednesday at 7 on Channel 7.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Exactly, and you got so many guys in this athletic department. When I hear a rumor on Saturday morning at a game, I honestly assume that it's true, because it's usually someone within the organization that has leaked the information, and that's just the reality you live in. You talk about how it's changed. I remember the excitement years ago when I went to Russellville one time and no one had seen Corliss Williamson play, and I walked in that gym, and this was an 8th grader, and it looked like 2 men scrimmaging, and then Gardner Junior High, when the camera's there, Corliss shatters the backboard as a junior high guy. Imagine how excited I was driving back. and that kind of changed his world.
Yes, it did.
Because people saw this guy and said, whoa, we got to have him, and it ends up in a national championship. But to have a moment like that, or even Shabazz on Friday nights. Now everybody's got they're putting the first touchdown up on Twitter or live streaming the game, which I think is great.
Yes, it is.
It's more games you can watch, but it's people still ask about Shabazz, and that was crazy, but that was a day gone by, and stuff has changed, and I'm just happy that local TV, like local radio, still exists.
Yeah, absolutely. D3 Auto Sales text line: one sport that's doing the access really well is Major League Baseball. Sometimes they'll have players mic'd up in the outfield, infield, while they're on defense, and it's great television. I think it works really well for baseball, but doesn't translate as well to other sports.
Yeah.
Well, they said they feel like it's right. They like the access.
Well, baseball has changed too. You think about it's all travel ball now, and that cuts out a certain population as far as kids who can't afford to go travel every weekend. And I tell you a great thing one of the dads said, and this was Peyton Stovall's dad, and this stuck with me. He said, and his kid played minimal travel ball. He said, I did not want to be the person who got my kid to quit baseball and burnout. And that's something I think all parents need to think of. And he said one thing that made his son he knew different right away was with some kids peak at a certain age, and his kid kept getting better.
Yeah.
So he never worried about him. And he says that's what he said. A lot of major college players are kids that when they're not only good when they're 15, but they keep getting better. And you'll see some kids that are outstanding at 13 or 14 never get any better.
It happens all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, and you don't want to. Burnout is and I applauded that dad that I heard that, because you'd think all these Razorbacks were travel ball, but that he had the foresight to think that way. That I didn't want to be the one, to get force my kid to quit baseball.
Sully, you have a few more minutes to stick around?
Yeah, a few more minutes. Yeah.
We'll go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back with more of Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Ro Baker, Steve Sullivan join us from Channel 7 KATV. We'll be back with more of Out of Bounds after this break. Stay tuned.
Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse presents Match Game on Morning Mayhem. Listen for your chance to play their version of the classic TV game show. Brought to you by Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse, Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters for over 30 years. Call 501-568-0040 today or click online at arkansastruck.com.
This is Sports Center.
Arkansas baseball was eliminated from the SEC baseball tournament yesterday after losing to Kentucky 9-6. Hagen Smith pitched just 2 innings in the game and was handed his first loss of the year. He did have 4 strikeouts in the game, which puts him at 154 strikeouts on the year, just 1 behind the Arkansas all-time single-season strikeout record, which was set by David Walling in 1999. The Razorbacks were 4-19 with runners in scoring position over the 2 games. This is the second time in 3 years that Arkansas has went 0-2 in the SEC tournament. They now await their seeding, which will be revealed on Monday Tuesday at 11:30 on ESPN2. And the NCAA and the power conferences have agreed to allow schools to pay players directly. The NCAA will pay $2.7 billion in damages over 10 years to past and current players. All Division I athletes dating back to 2016 are eligible. In the new revenue sharing plan, each school will be allowed to share roughly $20 million per year with its athletes. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Ready to ride? Then get to the Memorial Day celebration at all Bradford Marine and ATV statewide locations. Get outdoors on your Can-Am Ryker Sport motorcycle for only $155 a month, or the Can-Am Defender Max Limited Cab in stock and ready to deliver. Or hit the lake on the Sea-Doo Explorer 170 personal watercraft, and all come with special on-the-spot financing. Save thousands on remaining 2023 Can-Am and Sea-Doo models at the Memorial Day sale at all Bradford Marine and ATV locations. Offer ends June 30th, 2024. Certain restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
This is Pat Bradley for Brewskis. Join us every Tuesday at our downtown location for Trivia Night, where tacos meet trivia. Authentic street tacos, delicious margaritas, and Jose specials. And then on Wednesday, come over to our North Little Rock location for another round of trivia. This time, pair your wits with our Whiskey Wednesday specials. So whether you're downtown or in North Little Rock, make Brewskis your go-to spot for a midweek boost. Great times, great food, and great drinks always on the menu. Brewskis, you're home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
Bubba Carpenter joins Justin Acree and DJ Williams in the zone every week this baseball season, presented by Johnston's Home Center in Benton. Johnston's Home Center, if they don't have it, you probably don't need it. All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros make buying tires simpler. Make sure you're ready for an adventure life throws your way. We're more than just tires, offering full automotive services. Whether you're looking for an oil change, tire rotation, or even a custom lift kit, All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros is here to help keep your vehicle in motion. Any car, any year, any job, our certified technicians can do it all. Visit in store at one of our 2 locations in Mableville or Little Rock, or online at allabouttireandbrake.com. Tire Pros, love the drive.
I'm the conscience of Craig O'Neill. I keep telling him he's been bragging too much about the car he has been driving, the Genesis GB70. He sounds like he should be selling for Genesis of Conway. I keep telling him, Craig, enough about the GB70. People need to know that right now, Genesis of Conway is taking $7,000 off the GB80. Craig may not listen to his conscience, but you have, thank goodness. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury is now.
Sanders Ground Essentials presents Belinda Mayo when she joins Morning Mayhem each Thursday morning. Sanders Ground Essentials, where great lawns start today. On the web at sandersground.com. It's Melinda Mayo each Thursday with Morning Mayhem on 103.7 The Buzz.
Same great deals, all new location for Hogs Meat Market in North Little Rock at 3901 JFK Boulevard. Call them today at 501-758-7700 for all their specials at Hogs Meat Market, the steak people.
Take the party wherever we go.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Roe Baker, Steve Sullivan from KTV Channel 7. Having a discussion about the NCAA's latest ruling where they now can pay college athletes. And Sully, the baseball team, what are your feelings on the baseball team in their current state? Getting ready for a regional coming up. They lost 2 games in the SEC tournament.
Yeah, they're not hitting. And I thought they took a lot of pitches in the SEC tournament. And, this is a team, unfortunately, I think they base some of their strategy on drawing walks. And I compare it to basketball. I don't want a team like Muss was big with this about that banks on getting to the free throw line. And I think and this is like in any sport, when you're struggling and you're not confident, you're not aggressive. It's hard to be aggressive, and it's hard to pull the trigger on that first pitch that's right down the middle. And I think they've lost a little of their mojo, and let's face it, you are what you are after how many, 60 games?
Yeah,
they're not a great hitting team, but they're better than they've been. And guys like Stovall had some bad outs, Aloy, and but I just think this is a team that's lacking confidence, not in one spot throughout the lineup. But baseball's a strange thing, Look at the two things that I value most with this team and making a run are, and they're fine right now, Hagen Smith and Baum-Walker Stadium.
Yes.
And that ain't going to change. I mean, and I think as long as you get to Omaha, you got a chance to win it. And if Hagen Smith keeps winning game one of that short series, you got a chance to go all the way. But it's just not a good feeling to have a team that's not confident heading into the regional. They are trying to change the order. They moved Hudson Wilson up, and I think Coach is trying to push buttons.
Kendall Diggs, batting leadoff.
Yeah. 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 I think they got to draw some walks. They only drew 7 walks. They drew 7 walks at the SEC tournament. And they're taking too many pitches, and I think it's a result of not being real confident. And that's like any sport. If you're in golf, if you're not confident, you're sitting over that tee shot, it's probably going to work out real well. You're probably not going to try to nail it. And football, you might throw the check down rather than taking the shot down the middle of the field. And I think down through that lineup right now, you got guys searching, lacking confidence, and that may lead you to taking a pitch or two before you swing. And then all of a sudden you're 1-2, and then you go hacking at a high fastball and you get chewed out by coach in the dugout. But it's not a good feeling now to be watching this team and seeing them struggle, not just for a week, but basically for, 4, 5, or 6 weeks. And it's been one game we're okay, then we revert, and it's just not a good feeling heading into the postseason.
Let's go to the phones and talk to Brian in Redfield. What's up, Brian?
What's up, guys? Hey, I was Sully was down at Leon's the other day. I saw him down there, and I'm wondering if he happened to be in the room when I asked Hunter Yurchek this question, and I shared what he said with Drive Time. They couldn't believe that he said this, but he told us that he was recently assigned on the college football playoff committee. And so I asked him since he's been assigned to that committee, if there was anything that he could share with us. And he gave us some good nuggets. He said the stats that they use are amazing. He's blown away. He said they do take into consideration if you're playing your third-string quarterback or not. But the best thing that he said that I was surprised, everybody in the room was shocked at, the top 4 seeds go to the conference champions this year, and that Notre Dame could go 12-0, be number 1 in the nation. Best seed they can get is 5.
That's because of the current contract. Now they in a couple of years they can do a reworked contract, which they're looking towards. That includes Notre Dame.
I think Notre Dame's going to end up getting in a conference. They're probably going to end up playing in the ACC.
That's where the pressure is.
I think they're going to have to. They're putting the pressure on it, and to have that happen, boy, it's hard. It'd be hard to overcome that if you're Notre Dame getting a 5 seed. They've been given preferential treatment with seeding in the past, so it can't hurt them if it happens to them in the next couple of years. So, but I thought that was pretty interesting. That's my take. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, Brian. You have
actually Hunter Yurachek on the playoff committee.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought he said Sam Pittman or no.
Oh no, he said Hunter Yurachek.
Okay.
What you have thoughts on that though, as far as
I just like the
expansion.
You
like that?
I mean, before did we really have a chance?
No.
I mean, no. Did 90% of college football have a chance? No. I mean, you had it's kind of like Major League Baseball. You have your pool of teams that are going to win, and now you can actually dream of a spot, and you see every year someone pop up that you didn't think was going to be there, and we're in the conference that you can do it. You can have 3 or 4 losses and still make that playoff probably.
NBA, they have more than half the teams that make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Talking 16 of 30, they make the playoffs. And with the Celtics, they had the best record in the NBA. Is this the year that it has to happen? Or if it doesn't happen this year for them, do they break it up?
Oh, I think they do. I mean, it's the thing with Boston, I just wonder about their mental toughness. And I love Jaylen Brown, and I love the addition of Holiday. And then, they were second in the league in defense and offense. In some games they've played, and their defense has been horrible. Then last night they locked down Indiana. But its availability is huge. And they're minus Porzingis. But Halliburton, a hamstring problem. I mean, they can't win without Halliburton.
No.
And I think Boston has to get to the finals without causing havoc in Boston.
Oh, I think they'll fire Joe Mazzulla even if they get to the finals and they don't win it.
Yeah, it appears to be their year, but NBA is so good. Every team is loaded. You look at all the ones that are left as far as I can see Dallas's path to winning with Kyrie and Luka. And look at Minnesota. Man, they are loaded. I mean, I don't like how Boston would match up down low against Minnesota. And I think the NBA is doing it right. The playoffs are very compelling. I mean, you don't have to be a big NBA fan to enjoy the playoffs. Yeah. You want to talk about rabid fans? Razorback fans remind me a lot of Boston fans.
They said on the broadcast that they actually turned the sound down coming from the crowd. Because you can always tell if the Celtics are doing well in a game.
Yes.
You can have the TV on in another room.
Yeah.
And you can tell if the Celtics are doing well or not.
Yeah.
Because they come through the broadcast quite a bit. Sully, we appreciate you coming in.
Thank you guys.
Have a great holiday weekend.
You too.
Steve Sullivan, KATV Channel 7. Joe Franklin, Ro Baker. More of Out of Bounds coming up after this break. Stay tuned.
Yep, that's the sounds of all my friends and another great deck party of mine. And what do you not hear? That's right, no mosquitoes. That's because Sanders Ground Essential provides me with a monthly mosquito barrier spray. Call them at 315-9395 or on the web at sandersground.com.
At the heart of historic downtown Russellville, the Old Bank offers an upscale dining experience. With the freshest ingredients and creative touches, their menu has an item for everyone. From their signature lump crab cake to a classic blue cheese poutine, BLT wedge salad to hand-cut prime steaks. They aim to cater everyone. And that's not all. Upstairs at the Old Bank, you can enjoy live entertainment Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday with trivia, comedy shows, karaoke, live music, and more. Old Bank in downtown Russellville.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
See shelter agents Richard Yeager or Jason Daly in Little Rock or Agent Lawrence Forrester in Cabot today.
Are you looking for a dealership to have your back? It's your lucky day. Hubbard Power Sports, Can-Am and Sea-Doo of Russellville is your one-stop shop for all things power sports and marine. Our family-owned and operated dealership is celebrating 24 years in business this summer. From our Can-Am and Sea-Doo certified service technicians to our highly knowledgeable sales team, we take pride in how well we take care of our customers. On the road, on the water, or in the trails, we've not only got the ride, but the service for you. Stop by and see us in Russellville or check us out on Facebook today. See our current inventory at HubbardPowersports.com.
Last year's RV trip, we met a couple with the same bumper sticker. What are the odds?
Your cousin isn't a good storyteller.
He was a podiatrist, or was it a pharmacist? You don't say. Oh, I can't remember.
But she owns an RV protected by Progressive, and you don't. So until you get your own RV, her stories are the most interesting stories you've ever heard.
Wow, interesting.
And when you do get your own RV, save money by bundling it with your home, auto, or other vehicles with Progressive.
Oh, anesthesiologist. He was an anesthesiologist.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It's Pat Bradley for Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union, where their customers are always number one. Speaking about numbers, 6% APY is still available at Alcoa. Earn up to 6% interest on your checking account balances for doing the things you already do, like using your debit card in direct deposit. You can also get your ATM fees waived. Apply today for your free Kasasa checking account and earn up to 6% APY at alcoacommunityfcu.org. Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union, serving Saline, Grant, Garland, Hot Spring, and Perry counties.
Do you need Rainwater, Holt, and Sexton? Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888. It really is just that easy. If you've been injured and need help, it doesn't matter where in Arkansas you are. Just dial 888-8888. We'll come to you. I'm Mike Rainwater of Rainwater, Holt, and Sexton. We have been thankfully serving Arkansans for years, and we appreciate the trust you've put in us. We work hard for you, Arkansas, each and every day. Anywhere in the state, dial 8.
Fire up the grill this summer with the highest quality of meats from Hogs Meat Market and their new location off JFK Boulevard in North Little Rock. Hogs Meat Market, the steak people.
Give me something I can feel. Light a cigarette just so I can breathe. Give me something, something real. 700 feet off the coast of Green. Give me something I can feel. No reservation, pulling 20 deep. Give me something real. I would trade it all just to be at peace.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Ro Baker. D3 Auto Sales text line. How is it possible for Arch Manning to make $3 million as a backup and the starter, Quinn Ewers for Texas, is only making $1 million? How is that even possible? It's called popularity. It's called name recognition. And Arch Manning is somebody that he said that he didn't want to focus on NIL and what was going on there until he became the starter. But it's hard to walk away and turn down money that is available to you. Now, some of it he's donated to charity, and he's somebody that doesn't need the money, but he's in a position that he can do things like that because he's not in need for the money. The players want to go play with him. What was interesting about him is he decided to go back to school for a year. And so now it looks as if he's putting himself in a better position if he has a good year, decent year this year. Because of the quarterback class that came out this past season, now he goes to the top of the next quarterback class. Injuries, staying on the field. Now, that's going to be interesting, too, with what happens there. And we'll see it play out over football season and then even after college football is over, once they go to the combine and different players start to emerge there. But that's going to be an interesting dynamic with Quinn Ewers, Shedeur Sanders. We'll come back with more of Out of Bounds after this break. It's hour 3, and we're almost done and on to the holiday weekend, Ro. Looking forward to it. All right, you can tell us about it when we come back. More of Out of Bounds after this break. Stay tuned.
I'm here with Laura Beth from Kaufman by Design West. Kaufman has over 7,000 square feet of beautiful new home decor pieces and design specialists on staff. See, that would be important for somebody like me who is design challenged.
Yeah, we have design specialists on staff and everything you need from lighting to flooring, designer hardware, and more.
And gift cards are available too. Check them out now. Kaufman by Design West, out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantrell Road.
Or visit us online at kaufmanlumber.com.
Bradford Marine and ATV's Memorial Day sale celebration is here. Hit the lake today in the Ranger RT 188P bass boat with 115 horsepower Mercury and $3,500 in discounts, or step up to the Ranger Z520R with 250 horsepower Mercury with discounts over $10,000. Family fun awaits with the Ranger Riata Pontoon 223C with savings of over $6,000. Don't miss the Memorial Day sale now at all Bradford Marine ATV statewide locations. Your authorized Ranger dealer.
Listen each Friday during Drive Time Sports for the basketball insider in Arkansas. It's Pure Sweat Skills and Training's Bart Reed, made possible by Birch Tree Communities, providing care for individuals living with severe mental illness. Birch Tree Communities, a place called home.
Where the Hogs hit the hardwood. 103.7 The Buzz. KABZ, Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
Several people are without a home after a North Little Rock apartment complex caught on fire. The extent of the damage to 8 units at the Timbers at Lakewood made them unlivable, but other units in the same building and even surrounding buildings sustained smoke and exterior damage. The cause of the fire is still under investigation, but the North Little Rock Fire Department says this is actually the third fire there since 2021. Jacksonville High School's Academy of Building, Automotive, and Design is partnering with the Baldwin and Shell Construction Company. It's part of the Academies of Central Arkansas initiative. It blends core academies with career and technical education. It'll help students prepare for college, their careers, and life in general. The initiative is being implemented in all 4 of Pulaski County school districts. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
It's the Average Guy Movie Review, Thursdays in the Zone with Justin and DJ, presented by Rock and Roll Sushi. The guys will recap or look ahead to what's trending on TV, the big screen, Netflix, or however you receive your TV service. Presented by Rock and Roll Sushi, deliciously twisted flavors and a rock and roll vibe that will blow your mind. rockandrollsushi.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
More heavy rainfall and thunderstorms today. It's a 60% chance of rain here in central Arkansas. And we'll see a high temperature up to around 88 degrees before a round of thunderstorms does start this afternoon. Tonight, a 70% chance of rain and storms overnight with a low around 70. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Riverfront Steakhouse Special, dinner for 2 for $60. 10-ounce filet, fried shrimp, 2 sides, and our famous salad bar, only $60. Good Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night.
Want the latest information on bass tournaments and the best fishing spots in the state? Then listen to Fishing Arkansas Sunday mornings with Big Sarge and his crew. Fishing Arkansas is presented by Shelter Insurance Agent Jamie Marsh, Stanley Hardware, Fletcher Auto Group, Axles Plus, and Cooper's Nursery in Cabot. Fishing Arkansas Sunday mornings on 103.7 The Buzz.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another big car giveaway weekend at the gorgeous Saracen Casino in Pine Bluff. You know, it can be said that you make your own luck, but you can sure move it along in the right direction if you come on down here and do a little gaming today and tomorrow. And hey, Carlton, remember, always remind them to use that player's card because they want to win that beautiful car.
Well, I was just thinking about the player's card when you said that. That's one of my favorite expressions. You make your own luck, right? I've always thought you make your own luck with hard work. Hard work makes luck. That's it, right?
Yes.
Good news is putting a Players Club card in a slot machine is not hard work. But that's how you make your own luck. So sure, with or without a Players card, you might win a jackpot. We got dozens of them that hit every day here. But if you don't use a Players card, you're not winning this Mustang Dark Horse tomorrow night. And that's it. It's not hard work to make your own luck. Just put the card in the machine, play, and tomorrow night somebody's winning a limited edition Dark Horse Mustang at Saracen.
Hi, I'm Hunter Bell from Bell Chevrolet, and I want to tell you the real reason it's better at Bell. Our people, our family, and our community that drives us to be the best. We're proud to offer our biggest inventory and lowest prices on every single vehicle, from the all-new Silverado to the all-electric Chevy Equinox. We're going to find you the perfect vehicle with a buying experience like nowhere else. Our commitment is to you every day. Shop Bell Chevrolet and BellChevrolet.com today. Together, let's drive.
Hey Buzz listeners, have you heard the news? Natural State Wholesale has just expanded and doubled in size, making it the ultimate warehouse wonderland. You will walk through the warehouse and be amazed by the unbeatable prices around every turn. At the warehouse, you will find wholesale pricing on everything. Come on down and meet the flooring king Don Grisham and see for yourself what everyone is talking about. Visit the warehouse today, 2011 North 2nd Street in Cabot off exit 21, or visit them online at naturalstatewholesale.com.
coming to you from the beautiful floor of Saracen Casino in Pine Bluff. And I just wonder, anytime since the 1st of May, have you spent some time down here? Have you used your at the table games? Well, guess what? You're in the running to win an unbelievable Mustang Dark Horse. It's tomorrow night's big giveaway.
I always say this to you, and it's what a boss of mine said to me years ago in another job, another life ago. He said, "You're doing great, don't blow it." And that would be my advice to you if you've been to Saracen this month. You're doing great, don't blow it. Because if you don't come in tomorrow night and see us, starting at 7 with free play, and then 8, 9, and 10 free play, and the Dark Horse Mustang, if you don't come see us, you're saying, hey, all those entries I earned all month on my couple of trips to Saracen, or that Saturday night we went to Red Oak and then played games after. Whatever it was you did in May, if you don't come in and see us tomorrow night, you're saying, I'll give up my entries. I don't win that Mustang. Come win the Mustang at Saracen tomorrow night.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at Hims, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/joy and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Live from the Signal Media Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz.
Quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes funk. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble.
It's time for your Razor Hog update on Out of Bounds. Brought to you by Floyd's Seafood, Keel Avenue in Sherwood. It's crawfish season. Floyd's Seafood has live and cooked crawfish. Order yours today.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds, Hour 3. Joe Franklin, Roe Baker, Wes Moore enjoying another day off. It's your Razor Hog update, and Coach Calipari with the NBA awards and some of the honors coming out. He had 8 former players. So we know this is his first year coming up at Arkansas. These were Kentucky players, but they received honors. So 8 players connected to 15 honors combined. SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he was first team All-NBA. He was a finalist for MVP, finalist for Clutch Player of the Year, and he was a finalist for NBA Sportsmanship Award. Bam Adebayo, he was All-Defensive First Team, and he was a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year. Devin Booker, third team All-NBA. Anthony Davis, second team All-NBA, and first team All-Defensive Team for NBA. Tyrese Maxey, he was Most Improved Player, and he was NBA Sportsmanship Award winner. Malik Monk, he was a finalist for NBA Sixth Man of the Year. Karl Anthony Towns, NBA Social Justice Champion. And Cason Wallace, he was NBA All-Rookie Second Team. So a lot of honors with former players for Coach Cal. Oh, but that's what it is. And you know what? You gave or brought an interesting point about that whole change in Elon Musk and the reason he made that change, the reason he named it X. You know what's funny about that though is some of these players will now show up. Not only will they go to Kentucky games, but they'll show up to support Coach Cal. Malik Monk, he was one of the first, and of course, you know, with him having Arkansas ties, but then playing at Kentucky, he put it on social media right away. Oh, you're gonna see me in the bud. Where is that? KK going back to Arkansas. Wow. Why? Jackson Robinson should be in the NBA draft. Yeah, Jackson Robinson was predicted in the mock drafts to be a top 15 pick. Why would he not stay in the draft? Yeah. And maybe it was a little outside the top 15, but it was a top 20 pick. So I don't understand why he wouldn't stay in the NBA draft. It should be. And with KK Robinson, he was recruited by a lot of schools nationally. So if he was recruited by Kentucky, then it would make sense that you already have a connection there with Coach Cal. And if there was a chance for him to transfer to Arkansas, it would be simply about Coach Cal and not what the situation was before. Let's go to the phones and talk to 49er John. What's up, 49er John?
What's up, fellas?
How's it going?
Hey, I don't remember. Everything's good. I don't remember anyone raising fuss when we signed Coach Cal to that big money deal. We thought all the positives. Why we make a fuss every time the players, not you guys? Why is society making a fuss? Because the people that do the majority of the work is finally getting compensated. And just because it's not your family member, you want to hate on them. Come on now. Football, it's been blood, sweat, and tears by players. And the University of Arkansas, Google them, $1.6 billion. That's what it says the school is worth. That's on the back of all those former, for the most part, former football players. Why can't they get paid? Are we making a big deal out of it? I don't let the players get paid, and let's not hate on them because it's not your family. And, bro, Hey, Mr. Rowe. How's that working out with Caitlin Clark?
Hey, come with something different. Like it's a different day. Do you?
Well, no.
Is there?
Did you see the tweet? Did you see that tweet Angel Reese said?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, but to this whole point, they play tomorrow, so that game is going to garner a lot of interest. And then Cardosa, it's going to be the first game. Well, she's expected to play. It'll be her 1st WNBA game. So yeah, that will be something to look out for as far as the game, the matchup. But the whole narrative about how's it working out with Caitlin, we did this already. We did this already.
And let me say this. I'm just going to predict when Arkansas hire a new coach, football coach, he's going to come in and demand more money than Calipari. I want to see is anybody going to raise hell about it. Y'all have a good day.
Look, yeah. Well, this is the thing. Like the whole deal with him. Every time you're here and bringing up the same thing, that's where it gets old. Now, I agree with him as far as Caitlin Clark. There are a lot of great players in the WNBA that have been overlooked, and they're still being overlooked because of her presence. And I don't agree with that. But there are a number of people that they're starting to take notice, and they're starting to take notice because of Caitlin Clark. And if that's what it takes for other players to get recognized, and that's why you see these players, they're sending a message not only to Caitlin Clark, but they're sending a message to everybody who thinks that Caitlin Clark is the best thing that ever happened. They're sending that message to everyone else to say, we're great players too, and we're going to, if it takes us running through her or playing a certain way against her for you to realize that, that's what we're doing. They're not trying to prove it to her. They're trying, yeah, through her. But that's not the problem with that's not the problem going from the college level to the pro level with her. Her game needs to be more complete overall. People are fascinated because you can score, because you can shoot, but we know going to the next level, you have to play defense. You have to have a certain mindset and see the game a certain way, and they play faster. And you're going to be defended a different way also. Back-to-back number 1 overall picks. For a reason. Thank you. But it's people that don't realize that. Let's go to the phones and talk to Tori in North Little Rock. What's up, Tori?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on, Ro? You know, I always like to call in when you're there because I always, you know, and you're exactly right. Yeah, you're exactly right, bro. Like, here's the thing. With Caitlin Clark, I wasn't thinking, and I'm a huge sports fan. You know, Joe, I call in all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a huge sports fan. I've yet to call in and talk to y'all about WNBA until what happened? Caitlin Clark showed up. And that's how it is. It's why Jordan is considered the greatest. Not because, I mean, there were players way better than Jordan back in the day, but guess what? Like Rose said, Jordan was the one chosen. He had it all together. He came around at the right time, just like, you know, like they like to make the comparison of Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. You know, they're coming around at the right time. So with these other girls trying to prove a point, we know they're better, like he said. Sports people know, we've known the WNBA has been there, and we know that they had great athletes. It's just they didn't move the needle. So she's moving the needle. And what is the old saying? You know, high tide raises all ships or whatever. I mean, you got eyeballs on you now. Y'all should be appreciating Caitlin Clark, not hating on her, not trying to do this to show that. Y'all should be appreciating. I don't care. I've never made plans to watch a WNBA game, and I'm actually thinking about watching the game tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. So that's what I'm saying. Like this whole notion of, you know, we're good too and all that. We know you've been good. We didn't want to watch you.
But see, Angel Reese, all she's doing, because she's a rookie also. It's not even,
right.
You know, because we're talking about some of those other players that have been around that are great, that are there.
Yeah.
She's playing it up. She's marketing. She knows how to do that. That's what that's all about with her.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. And once again, I appreciate all of it. I like it. I think it's awesome that now, you know what, I'll turn on those games. And then I may start seeing some other players. I know a few other names, but, you know, may start getting into that. My daughter may get. And so, you know, you can't come in it, you know, the women that have been playing awesome. You know, I can't think of her name. Her name just, my girl from Notre Dame. You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, it's Skylar Diggins.
Skylar Diggins, yeah. And she got a hyphenated name now. She married
Smith.
someone else besides
Skylar
me.
Diggins Smith.
Yeah. I'm still crying about that. Anyway, but yeah, like, I mean, there's great players, but at the same time, man, appreciate this girl and these women that are coming in now. The JoJo that's playing at USC right now.
Juju, yes,
I mean,
yes.
Juju, yeah, I meant to say Juju, but you know they're bringing eyes to WNBA. So that's all I was going to say. It's just like that whole trying to hate and trying to prove a point and all that. Just hope she doesn't get hurt. Hope Angel Reese doesn't get hurt, or Caitlin Clark's out for 6 weeks or something like that. Y'all about to get your bread, man. Just play the game, and let's see where this takes them.
Hey, we appreciate the call, Tori. Good to hear from you. Well, they played different positions anyway, but Angel also. Now, we talked about how going from college to the pro level, you have to adjust your game and you have to add certain things to your game. Going into the draft, Angel Reese talked about how going from high school to college, she was the #1 perimeter player in the nation. But when she went to college, she played post. Now going to the next level, she can show the game that she had all along, where she's out on the perimeter and she's shooting threes, along with playing inside. Exactly. Let's go to the phones and talk to Savage. What's up, Savage?
What's up, fellas? Ro, you talking about the looks and stuff like that. Nobody was looking at Rebecca Lobo, Brittany Griner. These ain't cover girls. They ain't got the look for it. Do they play good? Sure. But when it goes to Caitlin Clark, I look at it like when Curry was at Davidson. He lit it up in that tournament, and the people chose him to follow him because they liked the way he played. He was lighted up. And when he got in the league, he was skinny and weak, but his game evolved. His dribbling got better. He got stronger. And that's what she's going to do. If you watch this girl play, she's going to adapt. And then when she really starts killing it, man, she's going to shock the world. And the girl she's just a good player. She's just bad. And people don't like it because it's a different spotlight that people aren't used to. Like you said, they chose her. Everybody doesn't watch the NBA, the WNBA. I don't know anybody that does, but there's a whole lot of people watching it now, and they're hating on it. So, guys, y'all have a good one.
I appreciate it, Savage. Let's go right back. Talk to Sean in Little Rock. What's up, Sean?
What's going on? Thank you guys for welcoming me to the Road Joe Show.
Oh, yeah. Anytime, man. Always good to hear from you.
Yeah. I just wanted to chime in about that. I feel like the WNBA and the NCAA was taking advantage of a situation that was going on because the most polarizing thing for the last couple of years has been race ever since that January 6th riot at the Capitol. And it seemed like they were putting Caitlin Clark against, here's I don't want to say great white hope, but that's what it seemed like. And she was beating all these supposedly great basketball players, but then they figured they could make money off of it, and they're doing it right now because they're making controversy sells. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah. Always.
And no matter how good she is or how good she isn't, it's just the fact that they can use that to make more money, and they're doing that. And I also want to come in on the guy that said there's a whole bunch of players better than Jordan. I just want him to name about 5 of them.
Hey, we appreciate it, Sean.
Get out there and listen to you. All right.
Yeah. We're going to come back with more of Out of Bounds after this break. Joe Franklin, Ro Baker, stay tuned.
Morning Mayhem wants to know, is it fact or is it crap? Listen each week for your chance to play, presented by Hubbard Power Sports Can-Am and Sea-Doo. Whether on the water or on the trails, we've got the ride for you.
This is Sports Center.
Arkansas baseball was eliminated from the SEC baseball tournament yesterday after losing to Kentucky 9-6. Hagen Smith pitched just 2 innings in the game and was handed his first loss of the year. He did have 4 strikeouts in the game, which puts him at 154 strikeouts on the year, just one behind the Arkansas all-time single-season strikeout record, which was set by David Walling in 1999. The Razorbacks were 4-19 with runners in scoring position over the 2 games. This is the second time in 3 years that Arkansas has went 0-2 in the SEC tournament. They now await their seeding, which will be revealed on Monday at 11:30 on ESPN2. And the NCAA and the power conferences have agreed to allow schools to pay players directly. The NCAA will pay $2.7 billion in damages over 10 years to past and current players. All Division I athletes dating back to 2016 are eligible. In the new revenue sharing plan, each school will be allowed to share roughly $20 million per year with its athletes. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center in Benton proudly offers compassionate and loving care to our veterans, meeting the unique needs of every veteran who calls Heartland home. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com.
What's your Oaklawn? Is it hitting the slots for fun and high fives? Or having a round at Silk's Bar and Grill before the action? Play your way at Oaklawn's 24/7 non-smoking casino. With 1,500 slot machines, live roulette, craps, and blackjack, a sports book where you can watch and wager on your favorite games, and live entertainment at Pop's Lounge, you'll never run out of fun. It's time for more winning and more excitement at Oaklawn. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Make this summer one to remember by stopping by Arts Marine in North Little Rock. Arts is all about creating fun on our lakes and rivers. You have to come by and see the new 2024 G3 Tri-Tunes, the hottest and coolest ride out there. We're easy to find. Take the Levy exit.
Hey there, you in aisle 2. I see you by the fiber and laxatives. You still using those to manage your constipation with belly pain? If your symptoms keep coming back, you may have irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. So you may need more than over-the-counter treatments to manage it. Ask your doctor about how Linzess can help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
See Shelter Agent Drew Self in Hot Springs, Todd Matthews in Benton, or Alex Blake in Little Rock today.
Hey folks, Trey Johnson here with HJ Trailer Sales in Hot Springs. HJ Trailer Sales is here for all your trailer needs. We can handle any of your repairs and parts for trailers, steel or aluminum. Need a trailer but times are tough? We have financing options for everyone. Like a special on all air tow trailers, only $100 a month payment for the first 3 months. Family owned and operated. Check us out today at hjtrailersales.com or on Facebook.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Wess Moore. Memorial Day is right around the corner, but you don't have to wait until Monday to get a great deal at Gwatney Chevrolet. The Memorial Day event is already underway. It's happening all week. 90 days, no payments on some of the vehicles out there. Up to $12,000 off Silverados. That's a great deal right now, and they got a great selection of Silverados. If you're in the market for a new truck, check out Gwatney Chevrolet and go to the website, GwatneyChevrolet.com, and do all the searching there. You can find all the cars, trucks, SUVs on their lot on the website. And how about some of the pre-owned vehicles they have at Gwatney Chevrolet? They've got some pre-owned vehicles for as little as $8,000. Great deals happening all week for the Memorial Day event happening at Gwatney Chevrolet. It's the Gregory Street exit in Jacksonville, and it's Memorial Day now at Gwatney Chevrolet.
Make your tailgate the party of the parking lot by getting the best meats in all of Arkansas at Hogs Meat Market, the steak people.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Roe Baker. We're going to go to the phones and talk to Lump. What's up, Lump?
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Doing good.
Hey, yeah, I just want to, I don't know if I heard this right or not, but they're about to bring a WNBA team to Toronto. Is that true?
Absolutely. So Golden State is getting a team, and then, they can't just add one team, they add two. So Golden State, their team starts play next season. Toronto's team starts play 2026.
Okay. I understand. If you look at a lot of these, even college players now, Canada does have a big influence on basketball nowadays. So I can see that happening.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, I was just wondering if I heard that correctly earlier today somewhere or read it somewhere. But, okay, I appreciate that.
All right, have a good one, Lump.
J.J. Redick, James Borrego, New Orleans Pelicans associate head coach, and Sam Cassell, former NBA player, two-time champion, now currently a Boston Celtics assistant coach. Those three have all formally interviewed for the Lakers job.
Wow!
They are the initial targets for the Lakers, and I'm told J.J. Redick had a meeting within the last several days in Chicago with the Lakers. There was a draft combine last week in Chicago. J.J. Redick made a surprise appearance. He is a very real candidate. He's a legitimate candidate. In some corners, he's seen as the front runner for the Lakers job, and I think all the questions around J.J. Redick are the readiness. Being a rookie head coach, is he ready to be thrust in this position with LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and this roster? Those are all questions they're going to have to answer internally and with him. They're going to have a narrowing process in this search.
What do you think the right move is? Do you think? Should he even be in the
coach, player coach?
You hear that. A lot of people are saying he's going to be the coach anyways after what we saw, with that clipboard. As far as JJ goes, though?
JJ's a great mind. He definitely deserves a shot. That Lakers seat is always going to be a hot seat, so it's always going to be a fall seat. So whatever it takes, you got to be ready. You got to have tough skin.
You think he could handle it?
Oh, yeah, definitely JJ. Yeah.
And so your choice.
I don't have a choice. I don't have a dog in the fight. If JJ's my dog, so I'm always going to support him and speak highly of him.
That's what.
So that was Shams with a report that J.J. Redick has had an interview with the Lakers, along with a couple of other candidates, and then Matt Barnes saying that he believes that J.J. Redick is qualified. And then also, for some reason, and it has a lot to do with podcasts and things that are out there right now, Magic Johnson was asked about his interests.
I want to know, who do you think should replace Darvin Ham, the Lakers head coach?
I couldn't tell you. It's up to
the Lakers and Jeannie and Rob Pelinka, okay?
All right.
I hope we get a good one, though. Okay?
I wanted to ask, would you ever consider coaching?
No.
No?
No, but thank you, though.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Man, Magic has been all through the Lakers organization. As a player, a coach, an exec, he's done it all. So if somebody comes into contact with him, you can understand why he was asked, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, and then big things going on, or maybe not so big at TNT, and the possibility that they may not have NBA coverage anymore. Charles Barkley said that the morale is a little unstable at TNT right now.
How's morale, Charles?
Well, two things, Dan. Number one, Mercedes is a great car, okay? But don't buy it if you can't afford it. Let's get that out the way. All right? Only get a Mercedes. Mercedes is an amazing car. I've had a few in my life. But don't buy it unless you can afford it. Stop trying to impress other people. Morale sucks, plain and simple. You know, I just feel so bad for the people I work with, Dan. You know, these people have families, and I just really feel bad for them right now. You know, these people I work with, they've screwed this thing up clearly. And we don't have zero idea what's going to happen. I don't feel good, I'm not going to lie, especially when they came out yesterday and said we bought college football. I was like, well, damn, they could have used that money to buy the NBA.
Yeah, it says TNT Sports added college football playoff games in a 5-year deal, their licensing deal with ESPN. Maybe that's why they're buying this, because they don't, the money they were going to use on the NBA, they got to do something with.
Yeah, that's the first thing came to my mind. We've never had college football, never been involved with college football. And I'm like, wait a minute, shouldn't we be spending every dime we got to keep the NBA? So morale sucks, to be honest with you, Dan.
How did TNT mess this up?
Well, I think the first thing is, they came out and said we didn't need the NBA. So I think that probably pissed Adam off. I don't know that, but I'm saying, because, when we merged, that's the first thing our boss said, we don't need the NBA. Well, he don't need it, but the rest of the people, me, Kenny, Shaq, and Ernie, and the people who work there, we need it. So it just sucks right now. And, the thing that's interesting, me, Kenny, Ernie talk about it, Shaq, all the time, people walk up to me, I'm not even joking, 20 times a day. I'm like, dude, thank you for the kind words, but I have zero idea what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's funny. You can't go anywhere. And then what's really frustrating, we all are, getting sent 5-7 articles a day about we've already lost it, or we on life support. TNT's trying a fourth quarter comeback. And I don't know, Bill Simmons, who I'm a big Bill Simmons fan, they're sending me articles like they've already lost it, it's over with. I was listening to Mad Dog Russo the other day. He's like, oh, the deal's over with. It's already going to NBC. So I don't know what to believe. So it sucks for the people, for all of us.
Sunny spring and summer days are here, that's for sure. If you want to be the envy of all your friends and family next time you show up at a get-together, come in driving this brand new Mustang Dark Horse that we're giving away tomorrow night at Saracen Casino here in Pine Bluff. All you have to do is be here tomorrow night and have played using your player's card anytime this month.
So this is a really cool car. I want to talk about this car for a minute.
Yeah.
So the Dark Horse is a brand new car for Ford Mustang. And Ford Mustang, of course, celebrated. Shelby and, the GT model. You have some incredible vehicles. This one's really special. It's a limited edition. In fact, the first one sold at an auction for 6 figures. But they're hard to get, and that's what we like at Saracen. We like hard to get, we like rare, we like cool, but it's a 500 horsepower Coyote V8 engine. This thing is unbelievable. And it's unlikely that you'll see one anywhere. So come win one tomorrow night with us at Saracen.
In real estate, it's all about the amenities. I should know. I'm an agent.
At Hyundai, all of our models offer first-class features, like Android Auto, an available Bose premium audio system, heated front and rear seats, and wireless device charging.
It's like an upscale home on wheels in here.
It's your journey. Own every mile.
Now, get $2,000 bonus cash on the Tucson or pay only $307 a month after down payment. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end 6/3/24. Call 469-613-0227 for details.
Extraordinary events come once in a blue moon, and right now, even the most extravagant luxuries are well within reach. The one and only May sale is back at Sissy's Log Cabin, and you can save up to 50% on nearly everything in the store. This is your chance to get the service, selection, and experience that makes you feel like family at the best prices of the year, guaranteed. Don't miss the one and only May sale at Sissy's Log Cabin, because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
At Southern Floor Coating, coatings are all they do, and they won't be beat on price. Factory-trained installers using the purest form of polyurea with UV stability for all your outside projects. When you call, you'll talk with a professional interested in your project, not a voicemail. Don't trust a fly-by-night company that may not be in business next year. Transform your patio, porch, or pool deck and call the real pros at Southern Floor Coating. 501-402-4912 or take a look at southernfloorcoating.com.
Hi, I'm Hunter Bell from Bell Chevrolet, and I want to tell you the real reason it's better at Bell. Our people, our family, and our community that drives us to be the best. We're proud to offer our biggest inventory and lowest prices on every single vehicle, from the all-new Silverado to the all-electric Chevy Equinox. We're going to find you the perfect vehicle with a buying experience like nowhere else. Our commitment is to you every day. Shop Bell Chevrolet and bellchevrolet.com today. Together, let's drive.
Here's your marching orders for today. Join the free Saracen Players Club. Listen, if you're not already a card holder, you need to become one and play here to win your share of all the big prizes we give away, including that brand new Mustang Dark Horse Coupe Carlton was just telling you about a little while ago. We're giving it away tomorrow night.
So let's talk about the Players Club. What is the Players Club for? Well, it's the way that we say thank you for your business. Thank you for your loyalty. And it's no different than a discount card you may have at a pharmacy or a grocery store. You know, you enter that in, the grocery store or the pharmacy or the other retailer, they know it's you and they reward you for your loyalty. Our rewards, I think, are a little bit better than maybe $1 off some toothpaste, because our rewards are free play, free meals, comps, and oh yeah, the impossible to get, rare, limited edition, brand new Mustang Dark Horse. So if you're a Players Club card member, you can win it. And if you're not, come join and win it tomorrow night at Saracen.
Have a watch party that everyone wants to attend at your house with the best of meats in the business. Hogs Meat Market, the steak people. Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz.
Yeah, I'm focused on playing the best football I can play, and I'm always motivated. I'm consider myself, you know, a really driven guy, and I'm always going to work as hard as I possibly can. So, you know, it's part of it, but I'm fired up. We got Malik, and looking forward to getting to work. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't fired up about it, but you know, I think that you know, it's part of it at this level, and like I said, but. You know, what I can do is focus on myself and getting healthy, playing the best football I can play, and that I know I'm capable of playing. So that's my job, and that's what I'm going to do.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Roe Baker, last segment here before we turn it over to Drive Time Sports. NFL OTAs are going on right now. That was Daniel Jones, Giants quarterback, saying that he's playing with a bit of a chip on his shoulder, and he didn't like hearing all the pre-draft talk about the Giants possibly drafting a quarterback, but it's a business, and all he could do was focus on what he's doing and try to get back on the field and play at a high level from there. And Dan Campbell, Lions coach, they made it to the NFC Championship game, and he was asked if this upcoming season is Super Bowl or bust.
I don't see bust. I see Super Bowl. I don't know what the bust is. So Super Bowl or nothing. It's, here's what I know, man. We all know what every team ought to have that, right? Every team ought to be like, man, what are you playing for? You're playing for a Super Bowl. So we're no different than that. But I think, we know that now. We work backwards from there. And so you got to set yourself up no different than last year. Certain things you got to do to really make that valid, make that a reality. So, and so that's, ultimately that's what we want to do. Now to do that, you better win the division. You got to give yourself the best odds you can, right? You need to win the division. You need the best seeding you possibly do. Okay, well, how do you do that? Well, you got to start with where we're at now. You got to go back to work. You got to do all the little things, which to this point our guys have done, man. They've been here for off season. They're grinding. They're working. We're in good shape. We're strong. We're physical. We're explosive, and we're just in the beginning of this.
No, expand. I don't listen. I think there's guys on both sides that have the ability to.
I'm not talking about sit at the end of the bench. I mean play.
I think I can give some good minutes. And 3-and-D guy, like I'm gonna bust my tail on defense and chuck up a shot or two and pray that it goes in. But I'm gonna box out and go get some rebounds. I think I have the tools to do that. But I can give you a good 6-7 minutes off the bench. I think so.
What's Trending in Sports is brought to you by Arkansas's own West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee, the Razorbacks, and their 1.5 million farmers around the globe. It's fall, so now it's time for your team to stock up on coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
Let's look around the NFL and the OTAs currently going on. Part of what's trending in sports, and that's something that we have to look forward to going into this holiday weekend, not only with NBA playoffs going on, NHL playoffs, they're within the conference final going on, Eastern Western Conference final, so they're trying to get to the Stanley Cup final, and everything is kind of wrapping up and winding down. But NFL, we're starting to hear a lot more about it because OTAs are going on there in the off season. It's all part of what's trending. Let's hear from a few more players and coaches that have been that we've been hearing from. But that was Josh Allen, actually, and he was going with that whole debate about NFL players playing in the NBA. So he said that he could contribute and give some time off the bench. Brian Burns, who plays for the Giants also, he's a new addition. And Daniel Jones getting back on the field, but new addition with Brian Burns. Talked about his relationship with Kayvon Thibodeau and being a new addition on that Giants defense.
Do what you want to be.
Yeah, right now we're just, pretty much getting used to each other, bouncing a lot of ideas off of each other. We've just been spending a lot of time trying to develop that chemistry and also like healthy competition. So like we almost compete in everything we do, whether it's on the field or off the field. So just having somebody to push me and I'm able to push him is definitely going to be a positive this year.
How important do you think that is for the growth of a young player, right? Did you have that guy, that you could kind of lean on when you first came into the league, and to have that?
My experience was a little different. My rookie year, I had a lot of vets to learn from. My second year, I was kind of was the leader of the group, and then my third year, kind of like now it gets similar because my third year, that's when the sign came to the Panthers, and that's when I kind of developed that competitive nature with the other end on the other side, and I was.
So that was Brian Burns talking about his relationship with Kayvon Thibodeau and giving some background on what was going on with him before. DJ Moore plays for the Bears, receiver. His first year was last year, now going into his second year as a Chicago Bear player. Has a different quarterback, and he spoke on support for Justin Fields before the trade, Caleb Williams now being there, and what's going on with Bears OTAs.
I mean, business is business. I seen it coming. So at the end of the day, he was a quarterback last year. Now we got Caleb, and we're gonna ride through HELL and back with him. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what he put out.
Is it important for you to be here as much as you are and even do all the work that you do outside of OTAs, even with Caleb? Why is it important for you to be here when you don't have to be?
Shoot, $200 grand on the line. I don't want to be here and make that money. But outside of that, you got to get the connection down with Caleb and with everybody, even our room, the whole room. The whole offense just want to be around each other and build that bond and relationships that we had last year, and then forming with new people.
Justin Fields also spoke about his experience and being with a new team and the Steelers now.
And to be honest, I'm taking it day by day. I'm definitely, competing. I think, Russ knows that. We're competing against each other every day. Him being out there for me, helps me get better. Us pushing each other. So, I definitely don't have the mindset of, me just, sitting all year. So, I'm coming in every day, giving it all I got, and, pushing him to be his best, and he's, pushing me to be my best each and every day. So, appreciate that.
How do you look back on the time in Chicago?
Yeah. There's a lot of ups and downs, but all in all, I appreciate every relationship that I built. All my teammates, they know that. Nothing but love for the city, for the fans, and for my, old teammates and coaches. I knew I was going to get traded, at the end of the day. That's just what it was. So it was just, just me waiting and, me, trying to figure out where I'm going to be at and stuff like that. It was definitely a relief to, kind of be on a team and know where I'm going to be at. So I'm not naive to the fact that, I can read body language and stuff like that. So it wasn't really just a shock to where it's like, I got traded. Like I knew what was going to happen beforehand. So I'm just glad I got, traded to the spot that I wanted to be at. So yeah, shout out to Pose. He would communicate it to him, through my agent, and I told him where I wanted to be, and this was the place I wanted to be. So he honored that, and I appreciate him for that, and glad he was able to put me in the spot where I wanted to be at. And I had mixed emotions. I was excited, but also sad that I was leaving Chicago. But since my time here, I've enjoyed it a lot. Meet my new teammates, the coaches, everybody's here great, and they've definitely made the transition for me easier for sure.
Another player with a new team, Saquon Barkley, speaking on what's happening with the Eagles.
For me, like I said, it's new. Just going out there trying to learn the system. Biggest thing, that struck me is our first 7-on-7 huddle. You see A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert and Jalen Hurts. It's not a bad group to be out there with, and that's not even including the offensive linemen. But we're all just coming in, buying in, trying to learn the playbook, trying to learn the system, and trying to get better each day. It's definitely faded. I don't think it felt weird because of, being with, obviously I was with John before being with the Eagles. Just I was at one place for 6 years and put on one jersey for 6 years, and but it was fun. It's like a fresh start. I feel like a rookie again. Getting to know everybody in here, learn the culture, buying into the culture, and like you said, feel like it's home. Finally got into a spot, and I've just been loving it.
Game 1 of NHL Western Conference Final. Edmonton Oilers, they beat Dallas Stars in double overtime. And Wayne Gretzky, he talked about his experience and some of the things that he did during intermissions.
At this point, in the locker room, when you're getting set, double overtime, what was Wayne eating?
I got to lean in for this one.
Well, usually all they had was pizza around or maybe sandwiches. There wasn't a whole lot. The guys talk about the 5 overtime periods, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. They ran out of food in the arena, and the guys were just dying because they played 8 periods, right? But yeah, you get anything you can that just kind of quench your appetite, and those days we used to cut oranges, and there was a little bit of everything.
Were you eating the oranges, or did you?
Not really.
No?
I'd rather have the pizza. Yeah.
Bet Saracen, tonight's game, Timberwolves favored by 6.5. And the Eastern Conference Finals, the Pacers and Celtics. Celtics are a 7.5-point favorite for Game 3 on the road. Ro, have a great holiday weekend. Appreciate you coming in as always, man. Out of Bounds. We'll return next week on Tuesday. Up next, Drive Time Sports.
I know when we can finally catch them big boys. I love it. You got a new speed trap, Roscoe? No, boss. They'll be listening to Guatney Unplugged on Saturday at 9 a.m. on the Buzz. I'm going to cuff them and stuff them. I love it.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring. And when looking for a local flooring and carpet store, check out my friends River City Flooring in Maumelle and visit their showroom to see their wide selection of the highest quality carpet, wood, laminate, and vinyl flooring at the best prices. Over 5,000 square feet of waterproof flooring starting at $1.99. Free installation on all in-stock carpet. They do custom tile showers, backsplashes, granite countertops, and more. Visit River City Flooring on Maumelle Boulevard just off 430 and at rivercityflooringinc.com.
It's time to save big on Chevy Silverados at Gwatney Chevrolet. For a limited time only, get up to $12,000 off our in-stock Silverado trucks. They're reliable, powerful, and ready to take you and your family on a summer adventure. Ready to get behind the wheel? Stop by and see us at 1301 TP White Drive in Jacksonville. We'll set you up with a test drive and help you find the Silverado you want at a price you've been dreaming of. Chevrolet, together.